After a series of mishaps on multiple planes over the last few weeks, United Airlines announcing that it will launch a review of the company's safety training and procedures. Joining us right now is Oscar Munoz. He's the former CEO and chairman of United Airlines. He's also a CNBC contributor. And Oscar, we have seen a number of kind of concerning issues that have come up lately, some issues with the planes. Joe asked the right question yesterday. Is this new, the number of incidents that are taking place, or are we just much more attuned to it and able to pick up and track it all better on social media? And I guess I'll ask you as the former CEO, are these more instances than were happening when you were CEO?
I think there's always occurrences, right? And we had a very bad run of 7 or 8 days where several issues. That is unprecedented. That usually doesn't happen. That was just unfortunate in regard. All unrelated, mostly on Boeing aircraft because United has a majority of their aircraft on Boeing. But for sure, I think the company very immediately acknowledged the fact that if there's any concern, we're going through the review process. But no, I think things do happen. Are they happening more often than not? I don't think that's the case. But nevertheless, I think the company's taken the right measures to reassure folks that safety, and again, we all know this, safety is absolutely the most important thing that we do in that industry, other than getting you there on time.
What is happening? I mean, some of these instances, the Alaska Airlines was on a brand new plane. So that you can pin back and say, OK, that's a Boeing issue. But I think for a plane that's 2, 5, 10 years old or beyond, then it becomes a concern about maintenance issues.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, for instance, some of the events, one was, skidding off the tarmac. That is not an airplane issue. That's probably a pilot issue, and they'll be training around that. The wheel was certainly probably the most concerning for that. That is clearly a maintenance issue that has to be worked through. What happened? The investigation will certainly figure out what the issue specifically was, and they'll put training around that. But again, I think it's still one of the safest ways to travel. And what is going on is that, to your point earlier, there's a heightened interest. The Boeing situation clearly has magnified, and so we all pick up on every incident. And unfortunately for United, again, given that the vast majority of their aircraft are Boeing, anything that happens, small or significant, is going to get in the press's eyes, and we are going to be here talking about it like everyone else is.
Oscar, there was, last year, there were more close calls on runways than we've seen in the past. That's documented. You can look at the number of instances, not just the videos that we saw from these things, but there were more close calls on runways, and that had reviews kind of going back, authorities looking into it and saying, we've got to figure out what's happening here. Part of the blame was put on the idea that we've extended and expanded the number of flights. We are doing it at a time when you have newer pilots who have come through, maybe not the same experience level that we've had in the past. All of those things kind of add up. And I guess the same questions can be asked about maintenance. Are we kind of feeling strains having gone through the pandemic when there were no flights and things got slimmed back in terms of the workforce, and then all of a sudden trying to expand to all of the people and businesses who are trying to travel at this point?
Yeah, no, there's always a kind of a cycle, right? And sure enough, there was some lull and then a lot of new people coming into the environment. They are all very well trained, specifically on the issues of safety. The volume of flights, I don't think is necessarily a factor, although obviously there's more of it. But I think by and large, the safety training that people are doing will be supportive of keeping us safe. But at the end of the day, I think we're getting concerned with an issue because of the Boeing situation that's magnified the issue, and incidents come up and it looks like a trend of some sort. And I really don't think the maintenance folks are very good at what they do, and there's going to be some issues that raise from time to time. But again, I think you'll see very much a decrease over time in this, as for instance at United with the training and the specific focus they're going to have on this.